T's Multiverse. I'm your host, Tyrus, and man, oh man, it has happened. I have fallen into the Super 7 G.I. Joe reaction figure abyss. I did my best to resist this temptation. I fought it tooth and nail. In the end, I could no longer resist my love for this line. I mean, these figures look phenomenal. You know, my dilemma really stems from my excitement for the HasLab G.I. Joe Sky Striker set. You know, I'm extremely excited for that HasLab project. I backed it, and I cannot wait for its release. You know, and my thing has been, okay, planning ahead. Okay, what figures am I looking to utilize with this set? You know, do I go to O-ring route? That's what they're advertising with that Sky Striker set. I'm excited about that Duke and Cobra Commander O-ring 2-pack that they announced at that G.I. Joe Fan First Friday event. Definitely check out my video in regards to those reveals. I have a link in the description below. But, you know, I'm excited about that. I saw the Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow 2-pack. That looked pretty cool. So do I stay the O-ring route? Because you know they're going to be releasing more O-ring figures. You know, that stays in line with what I had back in the day as a kid. It keeps in line with that beautiful nostalgia from the 80s. Or do I go the route of the Super 7 G.I. Joe reaction figures? You know, these figures look fantastic, man. And they keep in line with that beautiful 80s nostalgia. But along with that, these figures are direct representations of what we saw in the Sunbow animated series. So these figures are miniature versions of those characters. And they did an excellent job in capturing the likeness of these characters that we know and love from that animated series. Now, the only drawback to these figures is that they lack articulation. They don't have the articulation that even the O-rings have. And the one other thing that really has kind of halted a lot of collectors from diving into this line that I've seen is the price point. The price point is pretty hefty for 3¼ inch figures. I mean, you're talking about $17.99 per figure. So $18, you're really going into G.I. Joe Classified territory. So this is a G.I. Joe Classified figure in Flint here. I'm going to pull them out here so you can see. So this figure is going to run you, you know, $19. So fantastic looking figure. And then you're talking about a McFarlane Toys figure, yet another $19, $20 figure. And this is the Superboy Prime here that I have. So you talk about this quality of figure, articulation, beautiful sculpted figures here we have, and they're $19, $20. You can find, many times you can find the McFarlane Toys figures at Walmart for $15.99 if you can catch them on the shelves. So when you keep it in that context, it really makes it a bit difficult to dive into this line because you're thinking, man, $18 per figure like this, it kind of adds up. I guess in the end, it really comes down to, as a collector, what do you really want? And if you can get it, go for it. And that's where I'm at right now. I love the O-ring figures. I think they're fantastic. But at the same time, I really love what they're doing with this reaction line. And that's why I decided to move forward with it. You know, so let's take a closer look at these figures here. So I'm going to pull Destro first up front here. This card back is timeless. That burst in the back will forever tug at my heartstrings. So you have G.I. Joe, you got Destro looking all types of just awesome, just nostalgia, again, at its best. So I got Destro. They definitely nailed this portion of the card back as well. The file card, this is something G.I. Joe fans wanted for Classified to do, and they didn't do that. Hopefully they will. Now, I know Classified, I know the G.I. Joe Hasbro team is re-releasing this retro line, and it does have the little data file card on the back, but it's not as detailed as this. They still did not pull this off the way the Super 7 brand has. So I really appreciate what Super 7 did in terms of really capturing what we got back in the 80s with this data file card. Here you see other figures that are released within this wave here. Really cool. Just beautiful artwork. I just love that. This makes me smile as a G.I. Joe fan. This takes me right back to the 80s. So I got Deathstroke. I got Cobra Commander. The man that's always saying, retreat, retreat. Oh, I just love Cobra Commander. Looks so cool. All right, and just take a look at this file card here. And other figures on the back. All right, and then we have Scarlet. I love this. Look at that. She has a crossbow. She has a quiver. Just love this right here. Scarlet has always been one of my most favorite G.I. Joe characters. And here we have her file card. And you can see it's the scene from the animated series. I love that idea of capturing scenes from the animated series. And then again, you got more characters from this line. Okay, so we got Scarlet. Oh, so cool. And last but not least, we have my main man, Snake Eyes. Man, this guy here, this is one of the figures that really turned me towards wanting to dive into this line. I love the classic looking Snake Eyes. This is one from the first season. He comes with the standard rifle that all the G.I. Joe characters would use throughout the episode. Comes with his laser pistol. Of course, this beautiful artwork with him and the burst behind. Oh, man, it's just so cool. Oh, man, I'm glad I jumped into this line, really. And then we have his data file on the back. Again, they captured a scene from the 80s animated series. That's just tugs at my heartstrings every single time. You know, it just makes me happy as a G.I. Joe fan to see stuff like this and to have the option to dive into this line. You know, I mean, that O-ring line is fantastic. Definitely take nothing away from it. But they are doing an excellent job with this Super7 ReAction line. Now I am looking at hunting down. I'm looking for Duke. You gotta have Duke. That's my all-time favorite G.I. Joe character. So I gotta get Duke. I'm looking for Bazooka. I'm looking for Baroness. And then I'm looking for Lady J. And there is a Storm Shadow and a Major Blood. So I'm really excited for that set of figures, man. I cannot wait to finally collect those. You know, I cannot wait for that Duke and that Bazooka, man. And that whole bunch that I'm looking to hunt down is extremely exciting for me. All right, folks. Before I wrap this video up, there's no way in the world that I could move forward without sharing with you all one more reaction figure that I have within my set. And before I say this, guy, man, I am excited for this one here. Words can't explain just how happy I am. So I have the Super7 ReAction Michael Knight figure. Now listen, to say that I'm a Knight Rider fan is like one of the understatements of all the world. I mean, I just love this series here. It truly embodied the 80s. It represents the greatness of the 80s. And I just love K.I.T.T, love David Hasselhoff as Michael Knight. I always wanted that leather jacket that he wore. K.I.T.T was like the baddest car there was. He still is to this day. I'm still watching Knight Rider now. It is available on Netflix. But man, I have Michael Knight from the ReAction Super7 line. And they actually nailed this character. I mean, he looks just like a miniature toy version of David Hasselhoff. You know, you have the leather jacket, you have the belt that he wears, a cowboy belt, the jeans, his little boots, and then most importantly, the chest hairs. You know, they nailed the chest hair. I think this is just the funniest thing, man. Every time I see this figure, I just get a chuckle out of these little chest hairs that he have. And then on top of that, they had to capture the hairdo. You know, he had this hair all done up. He had that little small mini afro that he always rocked every episode. So they nailed that as well. And I mean, just the card back is just, again, nostalgia at its best. Super7 does an excellent job in really capturing the beauty and the love that we have of these properties from the 80s. And turning on the back here, man, it's just, It represents the inside of K.I.T.'s controls. You see air and oil, P.1, P.2, Michael Knight. You have the little display screen here. I just love it, man. This is my thing, and I just couldn't be more happy to have added this guy to my Super 7 ReAction collection. You know, now I'm on the hunt for a replica kit car. So anybody out there knows where I could get one of these, not for a crazy price. You know, maybe I have to just play the long game and wait for one to be available again. Maybe on Amazon or maybe a BigbadToyStore or Entertainment Earth somewhere, maybe down the road. So hopefully I'll get that at some point. But I could not be more happy, man, with this Michael Knight figure from Super 7. Again, I'm one of the biggest Knight Rider fans there is out there. So there you have it. I have Michael Knight to go along with my G.I. Joe ReAction figures. All right, folks, that's all I have for this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate it. Just wanted to share with you all my G.I. Joe Super 7 ReAction collection, or the starts of it. I still have some figures that I'm looking to add to this collection. I cannot wait for that Duke and that bazooka, man. It's just, this whole line is just exciting for me. So thank you so much once again for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe, hit that subscription button. Also, hit that like button. It will really help get the channel out there. Smash that bell notification so that you're notified when my videos drop. And if you did all that, I appreciate it. And until next time, folks, be good to one another, be safe, stay tuned, and always remember that knowing is half the battle. Until next time, folks, bye for now.